Plaintiff Tessa Plummer says she and the defendant were in a passionate yet volatile relationship for 2 years. Tessa claims the defendant was insecure and jealous, which eventually led to the defendant assaulting Tessa on 2 occasions. Tessa's suing her ex-boyfriend for breach of contract. Defendant Lency Mason admits that he was jealous and insecure, but insists it was only because he and Tessa never established whether or not they were monogamous. Lency also admits to pushing Tessa 1 time, but says he pled guilty to the charges in court.
Start with you.
Hello, Judge. Hi. I met Mr. Mason in 2010. We worked together as counselors for delinquent boys at a residential facility. Instantly when we met, we had an immediate connection, undeniable chemistry, and proceeded.
I had a connection too.
Hey.
I'm joking. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we ended up being in a very passionate yet volatile 2-year on again, off again love affair. During this time, Mr. Mason and I, we dated. We were basically inseparable. We went on trips, vacations.
Did you still work together while you all were dating? Mm-hmm.
Yes. But unfortunately, we were very on again, off again, and that led to a lot of insecurity and volatility with our relationship.
How were you on and off?
So many reasons.
He was jealous, wasn't he? He's jealous type?
Yeah, yes, and you know, sometimes we were just never on the same page as far as commitment. Sometimes we were together, you know, but it wasn't defined, or there were a lot of reasons on both ends that we were on again, off
but
again.
He was able to hold on for 2 years.
Definitely.
All right.
True.
I love you not. I love you not.
Plaintiff Tessa Plummer dated the defendant, and she claims after he assaulted her a 2nd time, she had him arrested.
You said the commitment was on and off sometime. You didn't know where you stood other times.
Yeah, basically.
All right. What type of guy was he, though, during the relationship?
Mr. Mason is a wonderful person. Unfortunately, he had some jealousy issues and some anger issues.
Doyle's jealous and he doesn't even know you, so I know your boyfriend would be jealous of men complimenting or trying to hit on you. Go ahead.
So in December 2011, we got into an argument and Mr. Mason pushed me. I did not press charges against him, and you know, he expressed remorse for this, told me he'd never do it again. And I believed him. He's a good man, and I didn't think that he fit the typical profile for someone who's aggressive toward women. So then we proceed to break up. We get back together. Fast forward to the end of our relationship in September 2012. And Mr. Mason went through my phone without my knowledge or permission and misinterpreted some things.
That's what they call it now?
That's what it is.
Go ahead.
But essentially felt that I was seeing someone else, which I wasn't. So we got into an argument. Things became aggressive. He destroyed some of my belongings and he pushed me.
When you say push, what? I mean, give me a little better description than that.
So he pushed me down to the ground. It was aggressive, you know, and it was painful. And
he pushed you so hard that you fell. That's your point? All right.
Yes.
Sir, you want to respond before we get to the breach of contract that she's suing you about?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Judge Mathis? Ms. Plummer, she's correct about a lot of things. We met as youth counselors working for a facility. We had a great relationship. We were inseparable. We traveled, we laughed, we cried, we talked, family issues, we did it all. I did have my insecurities, but it was only because of the fact that the relationship was not set in stone based on if we were obligated or if we were just having fun and could see other people. It does get to the point of where it began to get volatile off and on because of my insecurities, and I just wanted to get to the bottom of where...
Volatile as in arguing?
Yes, sir. A lot of arguing, name calling on both behalves. I definitely played my part also. To the point of what she's speaking about is when I pushed her down, I definitely did push her. That was because of what I seen, what she called...
Misinterpreted.
Misinterpreted. Yes, sir.
It was misinterpreted.
Was she up in your face or something, arguing?
No, because...
You went out of your way to go toward her, to push her?
No, sir. At that time, I was heading downstairs to leave her apartment. Ms. Plummer has a lock that locks from the inside, and you need a key. And so I'm downstairs, I'm yelling, I'm banging, I'm throwing stuff off the wall, I'm upset. She comes to let me out, and I pushed her. She was not in my face yelling or arguing.
All right, she comes to let you out,
yes,
and
sir.
you push her.
Yes,
all right, so you were dead wrong.
Plaintiff Tessa Plummer dated the defendant, and she claims after he assaulted her a second time, she had him arrested.
Obviously, you did not file charges in either case.
No, I did.
Oh,
I
the
did.
second case, and what was the result?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Was he found guilty, pled guilty?
Yes, sir. I pled guilty to assault for misdemeanor and terroristic threatening. Also, the result of that was for me to 2 years unsupervised probation. I have to attend a 28-week battery intervention program, which I have done and completed. And I also still see the therapist regularly on my own behalf.
What about your anger issue?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to hear that. Let's see, the breach of contract. What did he do? How does he owe you money? What contract did you have?
Okay, so his cousin was getting married in Jamaica in October 2011. We were together at this point, so we were both going to that destination wedding together. Mason had some of the money, but not all of it. So I booked it on my credit card, and I have credit card receipts. And then in October, we're waiting on his passport to come, and it wasn't coming, and it's like, what's wrong? So the conclusion was there was a hold for him to obtain a passport because of back child support that he owed for a child in Michigan that is not his biological child. I don't know. I'm not the state of Michigan. Anyways, they said, we'll give it to you if you pay this $1,500 balance. So I put that on my credit card. We agreed that he would pay me back. It was like a 0% interest for a year. So I thought, okay, over the course of the year, we'll have that paid off. We'll go to Jamaica, da-da-da.
And he obviously hasn't, and that's why you're suing.
Right, and then he gave me $200. Okay. So the remaining balance that I'm suing for is $25.21.
When was it to be paid?
It was to be paid on August the 1st, 2012.
All right, sir, let me hear from you.
The state of Michigan needed me to pay $1,500 for my passport, and Ms. Plummer did put that on her credit card.
How about Jamaica?
Jamaica, she also put that on her credit card. At the time we were dating, I didn't stress it in the sense of I have to pay her back in a certain amount of time.
You didn't stress it.
Because it wasn't on his credit card.
Well, because we were dating, Your Honor, so I thought that...
Yeah, a person who owes money, they usually don't stress about paying. They don't say, you better take this money. No, the one who is owed says, you better pay me my money.
Yes, sir.
They stress it.
And Ms. Plummer...
Did she ever stress to you that she wanted her money?
Very much so, Your Honor.
All right, so why don't you believe you should pay her, or have you?
I've tried to pay her, Your Honor, but I had to pay $1,700 for my lawyer, the $20 a week for BIP classes, which is a 28-week class.
Did you know this when you signed the payment agreement?
No, sir.
And let me see it. You didn't know that. So these are unexpected debts that came up.
As far as the lawyer and the BIP classes, yes, sir.
Plaintiff Tessa Plummer dated the defendant, and she claims after he assaulted her a second time, she had him arrested.
Is that your only defense?
And besides the fact that Ms. Plummer and I were dating, and I just thought that she would be more understanding of my financial situation.
You wasn't thinking that when you signed this, though, obviously.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're just trying to sign it to keep her from stressing it. $2,521 is your judgment, ma'am. He has no defense to having signed those loan papers. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing but good feelings toward Ms. Plummer. She's a great person, great entrepreneur. She has a great family. You know, whatever I did, I apologize to her dad, to her mom, her family, her brother. And I wish you the best with all your entrepreneur venues and things of that nature.
Thanks. We're gonna just keep moving forward.
Did your roommate leave without notice before your lease expired, and now you don't know what to do about it? Ask me about it on my website, askjudgemathis.com.